Hey everybody, Jenna from J&R Cresties here. I just wanted to take a few minutes today to introduce you guys to a couple more from our collection. What are you doing? He's making super weird face right now. Okay. And kind of explain at least how we felt when we bought our first geckos online. Kind of the process and whatnot. So today we'll start with Galeer. This is Galeer here. I don't know if he's... That is Galeer. He doesn't really like being handled, so you can tell his crests are a little floppy. He's kind of not so happy with me for taking him out. But he is a male that we got from Racktastic Racks. He is a Dalmatian, and he kind of has a tiger-like pattern as well. He fires up kind of a pinkish color, but he doesn't really fire up very often. He just kind of stays this creamy pale color most of the time. Not a very happy little guy. He just likes to be in his enclosure. He doesn't really like to come out much. We got Galeer and the other one who I'll introduce in a minute, Yuli. We got them both from Racktastic Racks, and it was our first ever time buying online. So I'll talk to you in a few minutes about the process of how we did that and how we felt about it. Yeah, so that is that. This is Galeer. And let me grab Yuli for you guys. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. And this is who we also got from Racktastic Racks. And he is also a Dalmatian. And he has the Harlequin patterning. And as you can see, he fires up kind of a pinkish red color. But when he's fired down, he's the same color as Galeer, so that just that pale color. Pale yellowish color, I guess. Galeer is much more spunky normally than Yuli is, but today Yuli wants to be the climber. He's not feeling it today, I guess. So I just wanted to tell you guys about how we got these two. So this was our first time purchasing geckos online. So what we did is we were looking through Facebook and we saw, there's different breeders on there that are posting what they have for sale online. And I got in contact with Brandy from Racktastic Racks. And I messaged her about Galeer first and just wanted to know, what's the process of buying online? We've never done it before. We weren't sure how to go about payment and how we would receive the gecko. So she was really helpful. She answered all of our questions, and I think that's the biggest thing. Make sure you ask lots of questions. You want to ask any question you think of, any questions that you may have, ask. Don't be scared to ask. What's the biggest thing? They're going to say, no, I don't have that information. Most of the time, everyone is super helpful. You just have to ask questions. So being a first time online buyer, I wanted to know, like, how do I go about paying for the gecko, and do you take payment plans? Those are both big questions. We paid for these two through PayPal, and it was very easy. The shipping part is what was scary. So it has to be the right temperature to ship geckos. It can't be too hot, it can't be too cold. So depending on where you live and where you're purchasing the gecko from, the weather is probably going to be completely different unless you're buying in the same location. So the weather here on the Central Coast where we live is pretty much perfect all the time. It never really gets too high, never really gets too low, so it's always kind of, a safe temperature to ship and receive geckos. But in a different state or a different part of California, it's not. So it took us after purchasing these two, it took us about a month to receive our geckos, because that's when it was safe for her to ship. Where she was located, it was pretty hot all the time, especially it coming into summertime. So that kind of made us nervous. Being first time buyers, we were like, oh my gosh, when are these geckos coming? Are we even getting the geckos? Like, what's happening? But Brandy was so great. She messaged me pictures and updates on them. She would if I was like, hey, are we getting the geckos this week? She would, she would message me the weather for that week to know that, it's not safe this week, maybe next week, but I'll definitely keep you updated. She was very good about that, and I think that is something you definitely want to look for when you're dealing with a breeder online, because, this is an investment. These geckos aren't cheap. And you just want to make sure that you're getting what you pay for and you're actually going to receive it. That was the scariest part for us. We've learned from that, and we just know, ask questions, keep in contact with these people. Don't just pay for them and then never talk to them again, because you want to know what's going on with your purchases. You want to see where they are. We've learned you want to, ask about lineage, ask about their temperament, ask all the questions you can think of, because this is all information you're going to want later. I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions for us, leave them in the comments, and please give us a like and subscribe. Also, feel free to go over to our Instagram and follow us there, or our Facebook page if you don't have Instagram. And thank you guys for watching today.